4 out of 10. Also, there will be a link in the description to a site that I made for some of my friends, but I'm just going to leave it here for you guys because it'll be so obviously it'll get my thoughts on the movie out faster than this, because right once I'm done seeing it, I can just put it on there and I don't have to make a video on it. But it will also have everything, and you don't have to watch the videos. And it was going to be in order of ratings, and it was for a while, but it's just gotten to the point where it's too difficult, and it's going to become more difficult as I see more movies. So I'm just going to leave it in order of when I see them, with the most recent one at the top, just to kind of make it so that you can easily see if there's anything new, I guess. I don't know. Just to keep it at the top so that you don't have to scroll really long to get to the newest one. But yeah, so I'm just going to put that in the description because at this point, I think it's just going to be really accessible, and I think that it will appeal to a lot more people than watching all these videos, because sometimes they'll get really long. But it will link to them. I mean, like if you click on the rate, you'll see on the site though, it'll take you to the videos. So, but yeah, I'm not stopping posting the videos on here or anything, but I'll put it in the description here, and then if I remember to, or if I feel like it, I'll put it in the bio, the about thing on this page. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave it here. I really don't know. But anyways, that, I guess that's kind of filler, because, oh, and by the way, I'm doing this right now because I was going to do it earlier, but then I didn't feel like doing it, but then now, I think I'm only doing it now because I'm pretty sure this is all that I had to review today, make a video on today. I could be wrong, though, so you might see another one that's not in this, like, you might see one tonight or something, but I think this is all I had to make a video on today. But anyways, so that was all kind of filler because I don't have that much to say on this. The director is the director of The Duff, which I really liked, mostly because I had absolutely no interest in going to see it at the time, and was surprised that I liked it, but I do think it's a pretty good movie too. But it just, I haven't seen it since it came out, and since I saw it in theaters, I think, I don't remember if it made my top 10 of that year. I think it did, but if it didn't, it probably would now. But I think I've only seen it the one time, so I need to see it again. But based off of my memory of seeing it once 3 years ago, I liked it. So I was very heavily anticipating this one because it was straight to Netflix. You know, I mean, it was a Netflix movie. I don't know why I said straight to Netflix. That made it sound worse than it is. It's a Netflix movie. And so, like, you know, I mean, I don't like Netflix movies, but sometimes it seems like the right platform for stuff, I guess. I don't know. It's mostly just that I can see it immediately, and I don't have to leave my house. And even with that, and knowing that it wasn't getting the best reviews with the little reviews that I saw before seeing it, I still was anticipating it because of the cast and the director. I was very disappointed. The direction was okay. I think if there had been better writing, it would have been better. But the writing wasn't that good, which was expected for me. I don't like the Lego movies at all. He was one of the writers on the Lego movies from last year, the Lego Batman movie and the Lego Ninjago movie. I didn't like those very much. I mean, they're not awful or anything, but I don't really want to watch them again. And then now this. So I knew that, I forgot that. So now that I see that, I know that it's mostly because of the writing, because the performances are okay, but they're not given that much to work with, and they're stuck in a plot that's been overused. I mean, just last year there were 2 movies where this one is different because those are like stuck in a like time loop or whatever of like the same day over and over. This one is different. I won't spoil anything, but it's different from that, but it's still essentially living the same day over and over again, and that's very, very tired. A very tired plot, especially just in the last year. We've had 2, which I think are way better than this. But you know, it's still got the cast that I thought gave good enough performances, and if they didn't, they're still likable enough just because I like them. Like I love Robbie Amell, Adam Devine or Devine. He's good. He needs something good though, because I can tell, like, sometimes he makes me laugh, but if he had the right stuff, he would make me laugh consistently. I think Workaholics is okay, but I haven't seen that much of it. I've seen like several episodes though, because one of my friends loves it. Well, he did years ago. I don't know if he still does. Anyways, and then Alexandra Uria, I don't know, Daddario. I know that's her last name. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but I know that for sure. She is fine. I don't really like or dislike her. I've seen a lot of things that she's been in, so I know who she is, so it's nice to see a familiar face. And then... Oh, I'm so glad I remembered. Holy crap, sorry, this one's going to be long. I was hoping it wouldn't be. King Bach, Andrew Bachelor. Holy crap. He broke out last year with The Babysitter, in my opinion. I thought he was one of the best parts of that. And I don't want to spoil anything, but I just wish that he wasn't wasted in that. But when he was in there, it was good. But man, in this one, he killed it. Like, he honestly seemed like just a regular old actor that you just see and stuff. I mean, I liked him on Vine, but, pretty much all the Viners that I liked started to get a little worn out and just tired and just, not the greatest. But I still thought he was a likable enough person. He was so great in this. I wish he would have been in this more. He needs to have a starring vehicle, and I know he's got, like, whatever the Where's the Money movie is, but, like, that's a YouTube movie, and it's got Logan Paul in it, and, like, it's whatever. He needs to star in a movie, like a real movie, because he's great. And I want to see him in more. He's so good. He was so funny in The Babysitter. He's so funny in this. But again, not as funny as The Babysitter, because that one's way better written, but just not as funny as he could have been, because the writing was subpar. Pretty much everything else is fine, and it's got a sufficient budget. If it would have just been better written, maybe I could have given it a 5 or a 6. And originally I was thinking a 6, but that was just because I like the director's, like, I think one other movie and the cast. But it's just not that good of a movie, and I don't really want to watch it again. I thought that I might be able to watch it again, or that it would get better, but I don't think it will. And then, what kind of solidifies it not being the greatest is that the song that they play... There's like a bunch of pictures in the credits at the end. The song that they play during it is like 5 or 6 years old. And it just made me feel really bad, because I was like, oh, God, I don't like this song anymore. Because it's old, and like it was overplayed, and I just didn't think that anyone even remembered it, and I was like, really? And now that I think about that more, it's a solid capper to a disappointing movie. But yeah, so this one ended up being long. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna try to wrap it up right here. Overall, it's got a sufficient budget, so it looks fine, and there's enough likable stuff in there, like likable leads and likable director, but really the writing has weighed this down a lot, because it's not as funny as it should have been. It's not as good as it should have been in terms of the plot and like how it was delivered and stuff. But like the direction is fine, still not as good as The Duff, I don't think. But the performances they're trying to do the best with what they're given, but they're not given much. But it's a likable cast, like a very likable cast. I just really love Andrew Bachelor. And which, by the way, if he does one more movie, like an actual movie, I think that I'll forget that he was King Bach. Like right now, it's still kind of not fresh, but like I'm still thinking of him as like King Bach, but I know that he's Andrew Bachelor. But like, if he does another one, I'm not going to think of him as King Bach anymore. I'm going to think of him as Andrew Bachelor, and I want to think of him as Andrew Bachelor because I just think he's so great. Like he is, like you just put him in a movie and you'll probably say that it was, like, if you were going to give it a 1 out of 10, you'd probably give it a 2 out of 10 just because Andrew Bachelor was in there. Unless